Well, when we decided we were going to move to Globe, we have a friend of ours who is a realtor. His name is Don Pollard, and he helped us find a house in Globe that we found very quickly. We did, one day?
Yeah.
One day we went looking around at houses and we found one that we really liked, and so we put in an offer and they accepted it within a day, which was one of those moments where it kind of kicks into your head that, oh, now we have to sell our house. And we had a relatively short time frame within to do it because of what our promise was. And we asked Don if he knew anyone in Tucson. And I think his finance guy knows Troy. And so Troy got involved. We talked to him by email, we talked to him by phone. And so we needed to plan how we were going to set the house up, getting it staged, getting it photographed within days, just a couple of days. And the funny thing that happened is that we had everything set up for doing the photos. That went really well. The photos were great. Everything turned out well. We were ready to go. We put it on the market. We had 13, 14, 15 people, or groups of people, show up on that day. It was like an open house. And by the very next day, we had multiple offers. And we had one particular couple, we took their offer, and then they came back with someone after we accepted their offer to look at what the cost of doing some of the remodeling that they wanted to do, and they decided part of it was going to be more than they really thought, and they backed out. And so Troy was on it and immediately got the next set of people lined up. And so we accepted their offer, but at the same time, he lined us up and did the paperwork for the next offer, just in case that one fell through, so that no matter what, we were going to meet our deadline for getting closed in time for getting the house in Globe. And I can't even tell you how much stress that took off of us getting that done so quickly and so well and so comfortably.
Right.
We never had an open house. We only had people visiting those 2 days, except when they came in to, do some final home inspections and stuff. But it was really a great experience. We've been lucky. We sold a house in San Francisco. We sold a house in Benicia. Sold a house in Phoenix. Now we sold a house in Tucson and bought one in Globe. And we've been really lucky. But this one is the one that looked like it was going to be the hardest, because the timing was so hard to try to meet. And yet it looks like we're going to be in there tomorrow, just like we were hoping for.
The easiest. I don't know. He just made it all so easy. He really did. I mean, it seemed like he was always working, doing something. He sent us an email.
He communicates really well. A lot of realtors are not very good at communicating with you. A lot of people are not very good at letting you know when they're doing things, because sometimes they're doing steps of things that might be 2, 3, 5, 7 days to get things done, and they tell you at first what they're going to be doing, and then you don't hear from them until they're done. And Troy's always been very good at letting us know, I'm still here, I'm still working on this is working out, this is working out.
At any given time, we knew where we were in that whole process, and that was comforting.
And I have to say, that's unusual. Our experience hasn't been like that for any of our other home purchases.
No, he's very good.
Yeah, that's great.
And he has a lot of really good business relationships out there with people, where he was able to get a lot of people in looking at the house very quickly. The reason we never had to have an open house, this informal one we had on the day we listed, was because he knows so many people, and so he was pretty marketing.
Yeah, marketing.
Well, yeah, because I think most of the time when you go into something like this, you go in thinking you're going to get a dollar amount before you actually talk to a realtor who talks you down and says, yeah, it'd be nice if the world were that way, but it's just not.
We got so much more than we thought we could get, and I as much as I'm going to miss that house, I think new owners going to love that house. It was comforting to know that he was working for us, because so many times in the past, you hire someone and you don't hear from them. and it's, you don't need a lot of information, but it's nice to know that they know you're still there, and he definitely made it that. And it was like a friendship. I mean, it was like a friend still in your house, and that sounds, very, but it really was. He, you're talking to him and he's, oh, by the way, we're doing this, and this, and it's like, oh, great.
And the thing about using Troy as your realtor is that he's there all the time.
Yeah.
And he's always working on it, and he's always thinking about it. And as much as you're worried about making sure everything gets done, he's worrying more. And I think I always had confidence in the fact that no matter what was going on, if there was something that needed to be done to keep it moving forward, it was being done. And I wasn't worried about it. I've had experiences in lots of different business dealings where you feel like every single day you have to call someone and say, okay, you said you were going to do this, have you done it? Or don't forget, you have to do this tomorrow, and I'm going to call you tomorrow and make sure you did it, because sometimes you don't. And the thing about Troy is that I always feel like he knows his job well, he knows what his obligations are to you, and he gives you every opportunity to help him succeed by making sure you're giving him what he needs to do what he needs to get done, and he gets it done. And it's been a great experience, and I feel like I have a really good friend out of it.
Fantastic. Thank you, guys.